Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Living History Military, and thank you guys for joining me. This is going to be a massive update video. As you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and pan the table. Been working out a lot of trades and got a lot of good deals. Won a lot of cheap auctions on eBay. So I have a lot of stuff to go over. Very excited, and also sorry for lying that this is not a top 10 rare or unusual items. This will be just another editions video, so let's go ahead and get into it. So right down here I got some small paper items. I'm going to start off right up here, two unrelated photos, but still very cool, of some crashed Ju-87 Stuka dive bombers. And you can see in this one, it looks like the two German soldiers over here are writing something down, basically turning the tail of the airplane into a table, which is pretty cool. Also, excuse my voice, I am sick today, so if I sound a little congested, it's because I am. And right here we have a nice postcard photo of a German Luftwaffe soldier, and there is writing right here. I can't make out what it says. It's definitely an F, an E, and it looks like it ends with a Y, but it looks like there's an R possibly in there. It's crossed out. There's a little bit of scribblage on there, but still a cool piece. There you go. You can kind of see it a little bit better. As you can see, there's the back. And then I'm going to show you the backs of the Stuka pictures because there is writing on it. So if anybody can read cursive, antique, cursive German, please let me know. But right here, I think you can see right over here, it says Stuka. And Stuka right here, Stuka Landing. I think these were from somewhere in Finland. The person that I usually buy these small photographs of actually lives in Finland, so a lot of the pictures that come from there are pictures that were taken in Finland, so those are pretty cool. Alright, and next here I got a couple of items that I won on eBay. Right here, both of these are certified by the Gettysburg Museum of History. I've had a couple of items come in from them. Mostly D-Day items is actually where I get a lot of them at. Here's the certificate of authenticity for this original World War II relic medical bottle recovered at Omaha Beach, Normandy, which is this little guy right here, which is really cool. A nice amber glass bottle, and still has its contents. This would have been your iodine tablets, water purification tablets. And you can still kind of see it's really chalky and they're really broken up. They're not really tablets anymore. But it also still has the cotton, the ball here to keep the freshness. Unfortunately, the cap is gone, but, you know, for a D-Day relic, I'm not going to complain. I think I got this for about, I think it was like maybe 12 bucks after shipping. It wasn't too bad. Maybe 20, somewhere around there. This right here, I got for $10. I know that. This is a Vietnam era pinochle deck of playing cards. And this says on the front, not to be sold, gift of the American Red Cross. It's pretty cool. I don't have very many of these types of items for Vietnam, so figured why not. Maybe I'll throw this in the headband of my helmet. I know obviously this probably wouldn't have been worn because it's a giant target, but it'd still look pretty cool with it. So a couple more eBay items to add to the collection. Up next, I got another autograph. This one here is from German ace pilot Ralph von Rettberg. As you can see here, it comes with this neat little slip of information about his personal life, military life. Shows total amount of missions 200, 8 aerial victories, and 12 aircraft destroyed on the ground. Pretty cool. And this is commemorating Operation Eagle Attack, or Adlertag, Eagle Day, August 13th of 1940. And there's a nice little painting of Ralph here in his Messerschmitt 109, and a British Spitfire coming after him. Also shows right here a little bit about the whole Eagle attack. Oh, and there's my kitten. So I'll go ahead and you can pause that if you'd like, and you can read that. And this right here on the envelope. This was signed on August 13th, 1998. Recipient of the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross. And this is number 49 of 125. Pretty cool. And also with that, the gentleman that I do business with and have bought a lot of autographs and photographs from generously throws in a freebie a lot of the time. Usually it is Hitler stamps and little postage receipts, which are very awesome. But this time he threw in something different, which is this booklet right here, which is a World War II era book of something related to the Navy. It's pretty cool, though. It's got some drawings in it, like a little something that you would, some casual reading. But it's got like some sketches in there. I like the font. The old style font was really, really nice. Let's see, is there anything else in there? I don't think so. Yep, and there's the back cover, which looks like you could have gotten maybe different copies of this book or newsletter. All right, next, these three items. Shout out to Dean's Military Antiques again on Instagram. Made me a nice deal on these three items right here. Got another World War I lid. This one has a chip or impact of some sort because it's the top here is bent in just a little bit. So some sort of chip is missing out of the front of the brim. This one is a Mark I Brody, so British helmet. FS11 is the heat stamp. And if we flip it over, no liner. And the bales are still on here. This one moves. This one is kind of bent upwards, so I'm not going to touch that side. But still, a nice display piece of a original plain World War I example. And I got a couple of utensils, personal items, equipment, some of the models that I don't have. This one right here, a World War II U.S. mess tin. EA company, dated 1943. I think I have an EA44 and possibly an EA42, but I don't have a 43, so I was happy to find that. And the same thing over here, a U.S. World War II canteen. This one is on the bottom, U.S. SMCO, 1943. Still has the cap and the chain attached, so very cool. Again, I have a few S&M-Cos and a few other dated ones, but didn't have this specific one, so I don't know. I'm kind of weird about that stuff. I like to kind of fill in the gaps. So thanks again to Dean's Military Antiques. All right, all of these items next come from, first name up here, Military Through the Years. His name has changed, however. It is now Military COL Through the Years. So COL between the Y and the T. If you wish to look him up, he still has some things for sale. I think half of these, actually most of these were trade, and I think these two were a purchase. So very happy that I've been able to work out trades, get rid of some of my stuff and other people get rid of their stuff. So it's a win-win. And we each get stuff that we don't have. I'm going to go over these two right here. I got two Garrison Caps. This one right here is a Vietnam era one. So I think I have maybe one other Vietnam era one. You can see Men's Garrison. I don't know if this one is dated. Yes, it is, 1967. Nice. And there's a laundry tag in here, so that's pretty cool. And this one I'm pretty excited about because this is another warrant officer's khaki Garrison cap. And this one has a first lieutenant, I believe, or lieutenant, one of the two, insignia here on the front. And this is actually sterling. It's marked on the back. I was able to take the pin off and check, so that's really neat. The other one I have is a lot bigger than this one, and the piping is just a little bit different. This one is a black and gold, and the other one is actually like a black and silver, so pretty cool. Same thing with the Garrison caps. I guess I'm collecting those now. Kind of happened unexpectedly, but having all the different piping colors is pretty cool. So that's, I guess, a new search thing. And right here is something that I've also been looking for, are some liners to fill some of the empty shells that I have. And I think with these two, all of mine should be filled, so that is awesome news. This one right here is a Vietnam original. As you can see, the straps, the two straps in here are broken, but this one across the center is still intact. This thing is rolling around like a top. Holy crap. If we spin it around here on the inside of the headband, liner, soldiers, steel helmet, combat, type 1, 7 December 1965, and then it gives the order number right there. So that was cool to see that this one is actually dated. And I can't tell what the maker is, but there's a whole bunch of letters and numbers on the inside of the helmet. So if anybody is an expert on Vietnam era liners, please let me know. See if I can get this out of the way. Maybe not. Actually, I think I wrote it on the inside of the tag. Go labeling. D-3593-GB-3. That is what the inside of the helmet says for that one. And for this one right here, I believe this one is actually World War II. The rivets on it are different. I'm not an expert in differentiating liners just yet. I'm still learning about liners. So the inside looks like it was repurposed, and the shell itself looks like World War II. This one has the Westinghouse stamp down here underneath the center ring. Probably not going to be able to get it with this lighting. Maybe. You can kind of see it. Marked Westinghouse, and it also has a name in here. It looks like it's Maines, M-A-N-E-S. That's my guess. But that's pretty cool. And there's a little indentation, looks like a crack or something. Maybe the helmet that this was with took some sort of damage, because it's like a perfect line right here. Something fell on it or something like that. It goes in a little bit on the inside, and there's a little bit of a tear right here. So it's a little weak in this spot, but other than that, that's a really cool helmet. And both of them are painted just a little bit different, and they both have the sandy texture to them, so that's really awesome. And as a surprise, he also graciously threw in these two items with one of my trades. I believe this is a pair of 1940s British cavalry boots, from what I have seen and from what I was told. Brown leather, cracked a little bit here, rough around the ankles right here, a lot of wear here on the soles of the shoes, but it's got these little metal pieces here on the heels, which I'm assuming if this was a cavalry boot, this is where the spurs would go. So I'm, again, not an expert on boots or British items, but if anybody knows, please let me know. I don't think there's any markings on the leather, but yep, that's what those are. And then this is pretty cool right here. This is like a personal effects bag, maybe like a map, papers carrying bag, briefcase style bag. This belonged to Lieutenant Colonel A.H.F. Stephan. 0171851 is stamped here on the front. The leather portion right here is very deteriorated. Still intact. There's no holes in it, but definitely wearing away. And also painted on the side here is a circle, red circle. It looks like a triangle and a C. I have no idea what that means. So if anybody knows, please let me know. But if you open it up here on the back, A.H.F. Stephan is stamped on the inside. And then you have the maker's tag, which is Empire. And then the inside is empty, but the pockets are still intact. You got some little ones right here. This one's like divided, and then you got like a big one on this side. So, interesting little personal bag. And now, the grand finale piece. This is insane. Very happy, very excited about this one. Just got this in yesterday from Canada. This right here, from what I can tell, is an M40 Stahlhelm. And it has this little wire piece here in the front, which is pretty curious. It's got a little loop in the front, and then it's got this little loose dangling piece. It's got a fracture on the side of it. And the top is sunken in a little bit. A couple of cracks, but it's still solid. Not through and through deteriorated. And lots of tarmac on the outside. And that is because this helmet in particular was dug up in Russia in the area of Velikie Luki, which is also known as Little Stalingrad in the north. And this was dug up at a sunken airfield, and I have the video of them pulling this out of the water and washing it off. So the original recovery video. And it's honestly an amazing piece. For being sunken for at least 50, 60 years, who knows? This is an awesome shape. It still has the gray camo, or not the camo, but the gray paint. A good amount of it, at least. All this tarmac here. A lot of scratches in the side. And then if we flip it, there's a crack in the back as well. But there's a little amount of tarmac on the inside too. You can see this is where the metal wire piece is. Come through the air vents. So I wonder what that was used to hold. I wonder if this was found, not found, but I wonder if this was lost during the actual battle for Velikie Luki, which was part of Operation Totilia by the Germans. Totila, actually, I think it was. To free its encircled forces and armies in the city of Velikie Luki. And ended pretty much in a siege, and the Germans ended up surrendering. A very interesting battle to go research, though, if you are interested. So this, I think I'm going to post the video of it being recovered from the lake too. But I wonder if this was lost during the battle, or was this used possibly to just scoop tarmac? But I'm not sure, because the inside isn't completely covered as much as the outside is. So it almost looks like this got stuck to some hot tarmac or something. So I wonder if this was a casualty of war, not necessarily somebody wearing it, but the helmet itself being a casualty of war. pretty interesting. But that is my grand finale piece for you guys, and I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I promise I will have a top 10 most rare / unique items in my collection coming up next, so stick around for that. And thank you guys again for liking, commenting, and subscribing and all that, and we'll see you in the next one.